Those who dared to look up and wonder, those who stood their ground and dared to voice something that was not readily accepted, their voices a long call to freedom.
I think all of the political talk has, been a detriment to some of our relationships with other countries. They have this perception that we're not a welcoming and a tolerant country, which I think we should be.
We've got a lot of work to do. I think the bipartisan bickering needs to stop.
Honestly, I don't know what direction, other than oppression, is that it's going in. And I don't think we can live in a fruitful country when you're oppressing other groups.
Well, I like that Trump's in office because he's got his own money, he's got his own plan, and he's doing the right thing.
I feel like we're under siege. I feel like my president's an idiot, and I don't know how this happened.
I don't want the president to fail, because if he fails, that means we as a country fail. But at the same time, I think he needs to be held responsible for when he does things that put the people at risk, and he puts the country at risk.
He may not have the best way of getting things across, but he does make some very good points.
I don't see good things happening. I just hope that he doesn't make it through 4 years.
We can say, yes, we're forming all these organizations and we lead successful protests, but yet at the same time, this man gets elected. So that is very disheartening. That is something that, should we continue fighting the fight?
If we're going to get this country going, we have to get back to a bipartisan Congress and Senate.
I always felt like welcome in this country. I've been here for 8 years. I'm from Chile. But after the presidential elections, I was shocked. I didn't even want to leave my house.
When the government takes these rights away from us, when it treats individual people as something other than full-fledged human beings, that's when the government is violating a human right.
I am involved in a lot of groups. I live in New Jersey, and there's a lot of people doing grassroots efforts, getting involved. I have a lot of friends who are running for our local town council.
I'm one of those people that think that if I had more of my money, I would give more of my money away.
It's going to alter the way we can travel and see the world. It's certainly making it far harder to come here for us. It's not easy to get into your country.
Obviously, the way that our country, the United States, is being led right now is not necessarily in line with my values. However, I do think that right now is a great time it was kind of a wake-up call for artists and everybody that does believe in love and certain freedoms and stuff and women's rights and the environment. And I think, this is a great opportunity to regroup.
I'm optimistic because I don't think that America or our country will let Trump do any of the things that people are saying is going to happen.
There are a lot of messes to clean up. I'm cautiously optimistic.
People are taking the responsibility to do a lot of background research on things like the truth.
Now is the time to take care about I want to say poor. I mean the normal people who wake up every morning and to go to the work and make the day for them family, to survival.
But I think in times of change and people say America this, America that, I always feel like America may be a lot of bad things to people's minds and maybe a lot of good things to people's minds, but it's the best experiment that we have on this planet. Whereas people are coming here and they want to come here.
There's a lot of work, there's a long road ahead. Perfection's only a direction, but like I said, there's a lot of hope. I see a lot of good people doing good work.
Why not talk about positive things? Because there's so many positive attributes that we have in this country. So let's just keep moving forward and hope for the best.
Make your voices known on a weekly basis. I call my reps at least 2 or 3 times a week now.
Like not giving up and trying to find these outlets, whether it doesn't have to be art, it can be sports, it can be whatever it may be, language, whatever it may be, but just really not giving up on losing your voice, I think is a really important part.
I am feeling like this is a very fearful time for artists and for people in general, for anyone in the world, especially in America, because of the rise of sexism and racism, xenophobia that's happening, as well as religious intolerance. But it is also a time when we can have great hope, because I've seen a tremendous movement of solidarity between people, not only in the United States, but also across the world, to create change and to have a sense of meliorism, really to make positive change.